So I tried new makeup for that video and I didn't check the mirror before I did it, so ignore like the white powder on my face.
Hello beautiful people and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I cannot tell you how good it feels to say that. I know I went on a little break and a lot of you guys have been asking why, and I thought you guys deserve to kind of get a video, my first video back, just talking about why I haven't been posting and kind of where my head's at. And I do want to say full disclosure before I do start this video, it may become a trigger video for some people. I'm going to be talking about some kind of stuff that I've just have been dealing with in my life and everything like that. So if that is the case, please like click off. I don't want to, you know, hurt anyone or like put anyone in a dark place. So just wanted to give that warning before I start this video. So I wanted to make this video just to kind of, you know, explain why I haven't been posting on YouTube. A lot of you guys have been asking, and I really battled with if I wanted to make a video like this. And yeah, so we're going to talk about mental health and just kind of some of the stuff that I have gone through and maybe you guys have gone through and can relate, and you know, we can just like help each other out. So first and foremost, I want to talk about why I decided to make this video, and that is, honest to God, thanks to Jalyssa. She was my PLA my summer going into my undergrad. So I was like, I don't know, how old are you when you graduate high school? Like 17, 18. And that's how I know her, and I've like kept up with her on social media throughout the years. And she recently just started a blog where like she talked about some real shit, like honest to God, like just real stuff that like made me realize like, wow, like the things I have gone through, the things I'm going through, like I'm not doing that alone. Like a lot of other people are going through that. And you know, I was like, I talked to her here and there about like her blog and like different things that she talks about, and pretty much just thanking her because like it takes a lot to be vulnerable with people, especially on the internet, because if it's on the internet, it's there forever. And she kind of motivated me to like talk about mental health and stuff. So I would definitely link her blog down below. Subscribe to her. I think that's what you do with blogs, or sign up, or I don't know how to get notifications from her, but I'm definitely going to link her blog down below. I highly suggest you guys check it out. It's just a lot of real stuff, a lot of things that I feel like a lot of people can relate to in one way or the other. So why I took a break from YouTube was I have been extremely stressed. I had a really big work event that I have been planning for a couple months happen. I had finals for school happen on top of like my regular like work and my regular school work, plus like just my everyday stuff that I have to take care of. So I have been so stressed that my anxiety just really couldn't take filming a YouTube video at the time. And I kind of want to talk to you guys just a little about like my anxiety and the stuff that I go through, and maybe you guys can relate, give me some tips on like how to better handle it so that I'm not like neglecting. Like me not filming YouTube for 3 weeks literally like stressed me out. Like it gave me so much anxiety because I was like, I need to film a video, but I literally just had no time. Like I didn't have any time to film a video. I didn't have the mental capacity to film a video. Like I would set up the camera, get ready, start to film, and my energy was just so low, and I was like, I'm not going to produce what I feel like is bad content just to create a video. So I've actually recorded like 3 or 4 videos that it's like I can just feel like my energy was low. I was tired. Sometimes I was filming them at almost 3 a.m. Like it just wasn't what I want to be known for, the type of stuff I want to be put out. And yeah, so I thought I would just be really honest with you guys and be really like vulnerable, which scares the crap out of me, and just kind of talk about some stuff. So if you know me, like most people just say like, oh, Amanda's so carefree, like, you know, Amanda doesn't have a worry in the world, but it's like I genuinely struggle with anxiety. Like I get anxiety about like the littlest things, like, oh, you know, like waking up, I think about 20,000 things, and I have to figure out like, okay, like what can I stress about now? What can I not stress about now? Like what needs to be my priority right now? And sometimes I get so overwhelmed with my thoughts and the things that I take on that I feel like I can't breathe. And that's how I felt these past couple weeks, where I was just like, I was taking on so much and I was being like the yes person, and like my boss needed something, I said yes. Like, a friend needed something, I said yes. A family, like, I was just always saying yes, and I was just taking way too much on my plate that I literally, like, wanted to cry every single day. And I'm a very emotional person. Like, I cry when I'm happy, I cry when I'm sad, I cry when I'm angry. Like, I cry all the time. Like, I'm trying not to cry right now. Like, that's how, like, emotional I am. And this is, like, a really hard topic for me to talk about, because I've never really, like, talked about it with people. But I'm crying. But I really have struggled. Probably, like, the past year, like, 2018 was a really, really hard year for me. I was so unhappy in everything that I was doing, and I couldn't, like, find my happy place. So, not being happy within myself and within my life, plus having to pretty much suck it up because I have bills to pay, like, I had things to do, like, I had a job, like, I had so much that I had to focus on that I didn't really take my mental health into consideration. And, like, it got to the point where, like, I kind of, like, cut all my friends off. Like, I wasn't hanging out with my friends. Like, I wasn't doing the things that I love. Like, I would go to work, come home, go to sleep. Go to work, come home, come to sleep. Like, and if I wasn't at work, I literally would just sleep all day. Like, getting out of bed was such a struggle for me. Like, finding motivation to just do anything was, like, really, really hard for me. And I'm in a much better place. Like, that's why I'm crying, because I'm in a much, much better place now. And, like, I've really, really worked on it. And I don't talk to many people about, like, this type of stuff and the stuff that I was going through. But yeah, like, I allowed my anxiety and my, like, I wouldn't say depression because I've never been diagnosed, but I allowed my anxiety to get the best of me, where, like, I was just talking to a friend about this. Like, for, like, 6 months, I would leave work crying every single day, because I was just so unhappy, and I couldn't really pinpoint what was making me unhappy, and, like, I couldn't really figure out, like, how to pull myself out of this funk, and every little thing would just set me off. Like, if, like, something as little as, like, the checkout line at Target's too long, like, oh my god, like, it would just, like, really set me off. Or, like, you know, me and my mom are in an argument, I would get pissed off. Bella chewed up another one of her toys, like, I would just get so mad, and I would just, like, I would blow it so out of proportion, and I couldn't figure out why. Like, I couldn't necessarily pinpoint what was going on and what I was going through, and I felt like I couldn't talk to people about it. And I remember this one incident so clearly, because it was kind of like the turning point that I knew something was wrong with me, because I hadn't seen one of my best friends from high school in a very long time. We had made plans to go out. I was so excited. Like, the whole day I was like, yes, like, I can't wait to see her. I can't wait to hang out with her. I can't wait to turn up with her. And it came time for me to get ready, and I literally had the biggest wave of anxiety wash over me. Like, my hands were shaking. I was shaking. I had, like, I felt like I couldn't breathe. I just had such bad anxiety, and I couldn't, like, explain to her in that moment, like, why I couldn't go out. So I think I came up with some dumbass excuse, and I couldn't shake it. Like, the thought of me getting dressed, like, doing my hair, doing my makeup, but just things that I love to do, stressed me out. Like, it was a wave of stress. Like, I was shaking. I felt sick to my stomach. Like, I felt like I was gonna throw up. I couldn't breathe. Like, I had to literally pace around the house because I couldn't figure out why. And it just became, like, a natural habit for me to just, like, not make plans with my friends and not plan on seeing my friends, because when the day came, it gave me so much anxiety, and it just, like, I don't know, and I really pushed a lot of people away, and, you know, I'm so sorry for that, but I really couldn't figure out what it was that I was going through or how to, like, push through it, and I really battled with it for about a year, like, and I think, I still don't really know now, but I think a lot of it has to do with, like, postgraduate anxiety. Depression is very real. I feel like it's not talked about enough, or it's not talked about a lot, but, like, transitioning from, you know, my whole life has been school, I've been in school my whole life, to now it's like, okay, well, you have to find a job, you have to figure it all out, like, that stressed me out. Like, you know, it stressed me out because when I didn't know what I really wanted to do, I didn't know like how to get started or what was the best route for me. So I took on all these jobs. I was literally working 2 full-time jobs and a part-time job at the same time. Like I was working like 60 to 80 hours a week because I was like, well, I have to work, I have to grind. Like that's what everyone says you have to do. Like to the point where I would be driving and falling asleep. Like it wasn't healthy for me, which probably had a lot to do with why I had such bad anxiety and just such bad mental health, because I wasn't putting myself first. I would literally pick up shifts. Like I would just want to work all the time. And I think I did that because I didn't want to think about, okay, what's your next step in life? And it was hard. Like it was super hard for me. It was something I still struggle with, like, and I still struggle with it. I definitely have those moments where like I'm just so unbelievably sad for no reason, but I'm learning as I grow up and as I grow to like catch myself and catch it and, you know, really be able to talk about it and be like, you know what, like, Amanda, you need to get out your own head. Like, you need to go for a walk. You need to do laundry. You need to, like, I need to do something. Like, you need to reach out to a friend. You need to call somebody. Like, really trying to pull myself out of, like, ever being in as dark of a place as I used to. And yeah, I just think these past couple weeks, I felt myself getting to that point, which is why I couldn't, like, factor in making a YouTube video, because I couldn't even deal with the stresses that I had. And I just want to talk to you guys about that and, like, talk about just how important mental health is and how important it is to really be able to, like, know yourself and notice when things aren't going right. Like, if you start to feel insecure out of nowhere, and if you start to feel this, you start to feel that, like know yourself and know those signs about yourself to know, like, okay, like, this isn't normally how I am. And like I said, like, anyone who knows me, like, I am the carefree, like, wild child. Like, I love to party, I love to do this, I love to do that. And I think I just lost the light in me, like, and that's so, like, sad to say, but I really think I lost sight of who I was. And it's taken me a very long time to slowly get back to who I am. And I'm definitely not there 100%. Like, it's a process. It's a learning experience. And, like, it's just life. Like, life throws you curveballs. Like, life is always going to be challenging you. And it's just really important to find different ways to cope with it. And that's just some of the stuff that I want to share with you. Like, different ways that I'm learning to cope with. And if you guys know other ways to cope with, like, please reach out to me. Let me know, because I'm always learning. I'm always trying to figure out, like, ways to prevent myself from ever feeling that way again. And, yeah, so some of the things I do is I pray so much. Like, not to make this, like, a whole, like, I found God, like, video, because I've always believed in God. I've always believed God has been there for me, but I have found such peace in prayer and, you know, knowing that the universe and God has a plan for everyone. He has a path for everyone. And it's like, we go through certain things to be better. Like, I think had I not gone through my dark path, I wouldn't be able to be as empathetic as I am with the people around me. I don't think I would be able to put myself in other people's shoes and understand, like, maybe they're just having a bad day, or maybe this is their way of telling me, like, they need someone to talk to, and recognizing that and being there for that person. I don't think if I hadn't gone through it myself silently and not really talking to people about it, that I wouldn't be able to better help people, or for people to feel like they can trust me and come to me and confide in me and know that, like, I'm gonna have their back. And I think that, yeah, I don't know where I was gonna go with that, but definitely prayer. I pray all the time. I pray in the morning, I pray at night. Sometimes I'll pray 10 times a day. Like, prayer has really blessed me and helped me find peace when I'm just going through a lot and when I feel the most anxious. Another thing that has helped me is to keep a journal. I actually got this tip from a therapist that I used to see, like, a really long time ago. You literally just take any notebook, and I can't even talk. But you just take any notebook and you literally just draw a line down the middle. You can date it. Like when I used to like actively keep one up, I would date it, and you write a list of the problems, like the list of the stuff you're worried about, and then you have like the second half of the page is for your solutions. And what it taught me was like some of the stuff that I'm stressed about, I can easily take care of, like by looking at the solutions. Like for example, like, oh, I know I have to return, like it's stressing me out that I haven't returned that package. What's the solution? Just returning that package. Or stuff that I'm stressing about that I can't change, like oh, I'm stressing because I need to, you know, I want to change my career path, or, you know, I want to finish school. And it's like, that's something that it's going to happen. Like, it's going to happen over time. You just have to go through the motions. Like, it's not something you can change right now. And it really allowed me to kind of check my emotions and know that, like, okay, I'm stressing about A through Z, but I know, like, A through E, I can genuinely do something about, and everything else, like, I just have to keep going through my emotions and going through the emotions and keep, like, living and letting life happen. And like, it's okay to not have your life together, or to not feel like you have your life together, like, because your version of not having your life together is someone else's version of having your life together. And you know, everyone struggles, everyone has their own paths in life, and you just have to really trust that, like, at the end of the day, you know what's best for you. You know what works for you. You know what is the best course of action for you. So even if you get discouraged, or even if you, like, put yourself down about it, it is all going to work out the way you want it to, as long as, you know, you put in the work. Like, for me, knowing I wanted to change my career path, and knowing that you know, one of the things I did have really bad anxiety about was my job, and was figuring out what I want to do. And for me, that was going back to school. And going back to school alone brings its own stresses, but at the end of the day, I always remind myself, like, you're going back to school to have a better life. You're going back to school to do something that you love, something that you're passionate about, something that, you know, is just gonna be better for you. So as stressed as I am when I'm up to 3, 4 a.m. doing homework, like, I just have to keep reminding myself of that. Like, everything that I'm going through now is just preparing myself for a better future. And that's pretty much all I want to talk about. And I just wanted to tell you guys, like, no, you are not alone in life. Like, know that there's people who love you, people who care about you, and if you feel like there's not, like, reach out to me. Like, I can be your support system. I can be that person that you can confide in. I strive on being a good person and really being there for people, and, like, literally just know you're not alone. Like, when I was going through my very, very dark path, I swore I was so alone, and, like, I had no one, and it didn't take until I started to feel better and to, like, really pull myself out of that place to realize, like, you know what, like, I have such a beautiful support system. Like, I have people who love me and care about me and genuinely want the best for me, and all I have to do is reach out. And it's something I still struggle with. Like, I don't really, like, reaching out to people is something I still struggle with, but I know I can do it if I need to, and I know that there's people out there who care about me and love me and genuinely want the best for me. And I just want you guys to know, like, you're not alone. And if you feel like you can't turn to anyone, like, I will link it in the description, different hotlines and different people and different ways you can, like, help yourself and you can cope with different things. And like I said, you guys can always reach out to me. I said in my first video, like, when I made this YouTube channel, it was to genuinely just be a voice and be someone that people can feel like they can relate to, and you know, like, just vibe with. Like, again, I'm such a funny, silly person, and, like, I know this video is a total change from, like, other videos I've had, but I felt like I promised to always, like, be honest with you guys and be real with you guys, and it's something that these past, like, 3 weeks I have been struggling with, and I felt like it was super important for me to talk about, and just super important to get my story out there. And yeah, I don't know. But if you guys made it to the end of this video, thank you. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea. Thank you for allowing me to be vulnerable with you and crying again. And just giving me a safe place to really talk about things and really express myself and kind of get this off my chest, so that I can move forward and I can move on from this and how I've been feeling. And yeah, so thank you guys so much again, and I love you, and I promise you I cannot wait to continue to make content and make you guys laugh and make you smile. And yeah, so I will see you in my next video. Bye.